Hey guys, welcome to Cosplay Unite. I'm May, and today I am here to talk about my unpopular opinions about She-Ra in this cosplay. I do have the gloves for glimmer, but my room is so fucking dirty and I can't find them for the life of me, so I'm gonna be without my glimmer gloves. Also, I have like the shoulder thingy, but it sucks and I want to remake it and it's annoying to put on, so I need to do it better. So yeah, I don't have it to for this video. But before I start with my unpopular opinions about She-Ra, I want to put a disclaimer. I absolutely love She-Ra, okay? I love She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I think this is an incredible cartoon and it has a lot of good messages. I love the representation, both the people of color and the LGBT representation there is immaculate. But this is an unpopular opinions video, so even if I do like the show, I can have criticism of it. So now we'll start probably with my most controversial opinion. I will start with it so you can watch it and then be like, yeah, I don't fucking care what else she says. Yeah. Katradora is... it could have been so good. Like, it had the potential to be amazing, but as time went on, I started liking it less and less and less and less. I don't hate Katradora, it's a cute ship, but I feel like it doesn't work that well in canon. And I will explain why. The relationship that Adora and Catra has is very, very toxic. Not in the end, but I will explain why it matters. I know you all hate to hear it, but Catra is toxic. And like at first it wasn't that bad, you know, they were really good friends. Adora was the only one Catra cared about, and it worked, right? Like, it was super cute, and I was like, you know, I can't wait for it to happen. I can't wait to see how it's gonna happen, because it was everyone knew that it was gonna be the end game, and I was excited to see how it plays. But as times go on, especially in the last season, like, they added it, and like, what did you add it for? Just Catra being more and more toxic. She literally scratched someone and Adora because Adora was playing with someone else and didn't give her her entire undivided attention. That's not good. Like, that's not good. And Adora was like, yeah, I don't care, that's fine, I love you. But it's like, I feel like putting that in children's cartoon and dismissing Catra's behavior is kind of whack, like, you know. And another thing that I find unrealistic about their friendship is the way they view each other. Now, Catra has an inferiority complex with Adora. Ever since she was very, very young, she was always compared to Adora. Adora was like the successful version kind of thing. Like, everyone absolutely loved Adora. Shadow Weaver was mean to Catra, but was like, yeah, you will never be like Adora. You get what I mean. Catra has this inferiority complex with Adora, and when you have an inferiority complex tied to someone, being around that person will make you feel negative. Like, it will make you feel like shit. It will constantly make you feel like you're not enough, like you're not doing enough. And even in the end, it was always like Adora being the main character, which is not bad, but it's like, it's gonna hurt Catra. So I feel like, again, not giving Catra development over her inferiority complex, like, they didn't really touch that, I think, personally, in a way that is satisfying. If you think they did things better, feel free to write your opinions, you know. I am open to opinions, but like they didn't address it well enough, and they didn't give it development. Like I feel like Catra never really got over that inferiority complex, and you can see it all through the season with her action and with her attitude toward Adora. Sure, she cares about her, but it's still not gonna be good for her to be around Adora, because she's gonna feel like shit all the time and not good enough. She killed Glimmer's mother, okay? No denying that. Like, it wasn't direct, but she did that thing that was like literally about to kill everyone and destroy the entire universe. So you can't be like, oh, she didn't mean that. She meant to kill everyone. It's a good thing we only, like, Glimmer's mom was the only casualty, but it was intentional, even though not directly at her specifically. The only time she showed regret was when she was gonna get in trouble for it, you know? And I will get into that later when I will talk about Catra's redemption arc. Where is the consequences for, like, for Catra's actions? I don't see them. You can say, ooh, redemption arc. It was not a good redemption arc, in my opinion. Another unpopular opinion. I love Catra. Catra is a character that I really, really like, but I don't think the redemption arc was well done. When the season started, I felt like it's gonna be well done, but then they killed it, and I will explain it in a second. In short, Catra has an inferiority complex that makes her feel like shit all the time next to Adora. She always compared herself to Adora, and she always felt like she was less good and that Adora was gonna leave her behind. And combine that with the entitlement that she felt over Adora, like she threw a hissy fist, whatever the fuck you say, and hurt, like physically hurt people because Adora was being friends with other people. All the people that she fucking killed and caused the death of just because of her obsession with Adora. Like, yeah, sure, it wasn't main character besides Glimmer's mom, but NPC's life don't matter? What are you talking about? They do matter. So I don't think, even if she did become a good person, where like there was no consequences for these actions, and she didn't really grow past her inferiority complex. So I feel like it's not gonna be healthy for her to be around Adora all the time. And like even in Adora's retrospect, like even if Adora didn't do anything wrong to Catra and she isn't toxic to Catra, it's gonna hurt Catra regardless because of Catra's own inferiority complex. And if you look at Adora's point of view, I feel like it's very unrealistic how she just, like, because no one else knows. Glimmer doesn't really know that it's Catra's fault, but Adora knows that Glimmer's mom's death is on Catra. Like, I feel like there was a line that was crossed that, like, that they couldn't go back from. And even if you feel like the redemption arc was good and that it's realistic that Adora forgave Catra for that, the inferiority complex is still there. Catra still didn't really grow from her toxic behavior. I don't think it's all that good. And I also feel like it could have been easily fixed. Like, Catra didn't have to be the biggest, like, Catra didn't have to be the villain. They could have kept Hordak above Catra, right? Hordak could have still been the one that caused the end of the world, but they gave that to Catra. And even if you, like, whatever, fuck that, there is the last season that they just added how Catra hurt someone just because Adora was talking to them, and how she hurt Adora too. And it's like, what did you add it for? Like, was that necessary? It didn't really, like, it didn't help. It only made things worse. Why did you have to add that? Why? Why did you have to add that? So now moving on to my second unpopular opinion, Ketra's redemption arc was not good. Ketra's redemption arc just wasn't good, and I really thought it was gonna be great with the way it started, and then it died, and I will explain why. Ketra is a very selfish character, right? And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, character being selfish is very realistic and it's good, but with Ketra it wasn't in a healthy amount. So we go to her redemption arc in season 6. Like Ketra knows best, she adapts to new situations. You see, Ketra was never really sorry for the actions she did, or even if she was sorry, it was like this shame that was inside of her that she wasn't really doing anything with. She only started doing shit about her regret and trying to fix her mistakes because of 2 things, and both of them are selfish, dumb reasons. One is she saw Horde Prime, and Horde Prime was so much worse than everything else and everything she knows how to deal with, and she was like, fuck, this is not what I want for me, you know? The good side winning is more beneficial to me than the bad side winning. And it wasn't like that in the past, because before, the bad side's winning was very beneficial for her. She could do everything she wants, but now that it moved, she realized, okay, it's not good for me anymore. So she switched sides, but it's for selfish reasons. She didn't do it because, oh, I have to fix the bad things I did. It was selfish motives. And the second motive is Adora, which is also a selfish motive, because she only cares about Adora, or mostly care about Adora. And like, you see it with the way she treated her friends. You can see it with the way that she treated her friends back in the Fright Zone. Not only Scorpia, but mostly Scorpia. Scorpia deserves so much better. So much better. Like, Scorpia deserves the world. And Ketra treated her like shit. Ketra was straight up such a bad friend for her. But even if you look at the little characters there, like Kyle and the gang, she was terrible to them too. She was only nice back then in the Fright Zone. Even before Adora left, she was only nice to Adora. And then when Adora left, she wasn't nice to anyone. She was a terrible friend to Scorpia, she was a terrible friend to Entrapta and the rest of the gang. She just used everyone for her own good. And the only person she like cared about was Adora. So doing that for Adora wasn't a noble cause. It was a selfish cause. Yeah, it's like, oh, for love, but it was a selfish cause. She genuinely tried to destroy the whole entire world, and she killed Glimmer's mother. Yes, I keep bringing it up. Fight me. And you're gonna tell me that giving her two selfish reasons to fix it is enough? And now this is why they destroyed it, because when it started, it seemed like she genuinely formed a friendship with Glimmer, and that they actually became really close, and that she started seeing the effects of her actions, and like the words that Glimmer told her affected her, you know? But then they just changed it with one fucking line that's like, for Adora, and since then everything goes downhill. The things that shows me that her actions were genuinely selfish and just for herself is her actions after they saved her. Like, she didn't do shit. After they saved her, she acted like a brat, she tried to run away, she gave them bullshit instead of, I don't know, working on bettering herself or working on getting and earning forgiveness from everyone she hurt. She's just like, fuck you, don't talk to me. And then she left like twice, okay? And she only came back again for Adora, selfish reasons. It was so ingenuine. She didn't do anything. Like, the thing that upsets me the most was the whole thing with Scorpia, because what she did to Scorpia, I think, was terrible. Both Scorpia and Entrapta, and she didn't do anything to earn their forgiveness. Scorpia forgiving her off the bat is very in character for Scorpia, but really Catra should have done more to earn forgiveness from everyone. She ruined everyone's life, and then suddenly, oh, it's okay, we're in lesbians, so everyone's okay with it. And yeah, she got a few punches to the face, which was very satisfying, but she didn't do anything to earn the forgiveness. She saved Glimmer one fucking time after the hell that she gave them, and even that was for selfish reasons. And then she gives them shit, she leaves, she plays games, she doesn't cooperate with them, she just stands in the corner being fucking miserable and like pitying herself, like literally pitying herself. She's just like, oh no, don't talk to me, I hate myself. And like, that's not redemption. That's not redemption. That's the bare fucking minimum. That was the bare fucking minimum for her. So I don't think the redemption arc was well done. It was okay, I guess, but it was not well done. So yeah, Catra redemption arc was, in my opinion, I still love Catra, but she did not deserve redemption. And another things that upset me is that they made, like, I talked about the line that was crossed before, and that Catra passed it. Now, in children's cartoons, there's always this, oh, like, you do something and you say sorry, and then boom, everything forgived and power of friendship. And I think that there's a message that should be passed on to children, and that message is that sometimes you do things and you don't get forgiveness. Like, sometimes you cross a certain line. Sometimes you really hurt people and they don't owe you forgiveness just because you asked for it. And I feel like even if not everyone, but if showing that some people could not forgive Catra, I think like that would have been so realistic, and showing it in a positive light. Like, yeah, she can't forgive Catra, but that's okay, and Catra just has to accept it. But they didn't do it. And like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, they just chose to go with the trope of, ooh, friendship, everyone gets a happy ending and there's no real consequences to anyone's actions. Which is a good thing to do with children's cartoon, but I feel like it just throws to the bin a lot of things that She-Ra built. Like, the show built a lot of valuable lessons and then throwing it away, and like, ooh, everything is perfect in the end, Catra is forgived, Hordak is forgived. I also don't like that Hordak was forgiven. Like, they were batshit bad. Hordak was terrible. Catra last, but she also crossed the line. She crossed the line that Hordak wouldn't have passed. And like, they didn't have to make Catra cross that line. They could have gave it to Hordak and throw Hordak to hell. But they gave that to Catra, and like, she just, like, she should have had real consequences for that. It's just not realistic that it's forgiven. And like, you know, if Horde Prime didn't come, like, if that didn't open that time and space thing and Horde Prime didn't arrive, both Catra and Hordak would still be evil. Like, he didn't even get a redemption arc. Like, Catra got her whacked redemption arc. Hordak did not get it. I feel like using Hordak and Catra, or even just Hordak, to show that not everything you do can be excused and that no one owes you their forgiveness even if you do apologize, would have been good, because both of them did not get the redemption they got. It was like, just like, ooh, everything is good in the end and there was no consequences for these two, and I think that's bullshit. It's like, oh wait, Katras is in lesbians with Adora and Hordak is in straights with Entrapta. Oh well, we're good, happy ending. And I don't like these two. Like, I think that Hordak and Entrapta is a good ship, but I don't think that that was a good ending for them. Like, they just saved him and he's just good now, I guess. Like, what? Also, I really like Catra and Glimmer. And now I'm not, like, I always knew that Adora and Catra was going to be end, you know? And I didn't ship Catra and Glimmer at all until the beginning of season 6. But I feel like it could have been a really nice twist, like with the way season 6 starts and the way they bond, like them bonding over their own, like over their own mistakes and their relation to Adora could have been such a wonderful twist. Like, you know, they ruined it when they made Catra be like, oh, it's all for Adora, but like they had such good chemistry, and Glimmer made Catra react in ways that like other people didn't, and I find that cute. I'm not super invested in it, and I always knew that Catra Adora is gonna be the end game. And this has nothing to do with me disagreeing with the way Catra Adora was done, because I am a big ass Moldy shipper. But it's just the cute things, and it's a very unpopular ship, so. I love Glimmer and Bow. It's a wonderful ship, but I feel like it was just not built that way. And I feel like the fact that it was just a surprise to everyone, and everyone were like, huh, where did that come from, just shows that it wasn't really well done. They were just, like, I really liked about it that they were just good friends, and she is a girl and he is a boy, and it didn't have to be romantic. And I'm not necessarily, like, it's not bad that they are a ship, because it's a great ship and I like that ship. But it was just sudden, like they were just good friends and their interactions was not romantic at all in the first seasons. And then just at the last seasons they suddenly like started adding that, like very slowly, and boom, suddenly they're a couple. It was just, there was no build up to it, like there was just no build up to it, so I feel like it wasn't really well done, but kill me. The last unpopular opinion that I'm gonna talk about today is I think Shadow Weaver is a really well done character, and I think that her death was incredibly well done. I see a lot of people online talking like are really mad that like she got redemption, or like that, hey, you know, that doesn't mean she didn't abuse children, and like that's right, but her death wasn't redemption, and I think that was really well done on like the She-Ra team part. The fact that like she was not redempted, like her actions wasn't excused, her actions were never forgiven, she never even asked for forgiveness really. She was portrayed as an evil person, or like a bad person, to the very end. And at the last moment, she decided, genuinely, I'm gonna do something good. Like, you know, that's the least I can do with all the evil shit I did. I can do something good. and she did it, and it was really, 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 really well done. And it doesn't excuse anything she did, but the thing is, it's not supposed to excuse anything she did. Like, that's a good way to show a character changing and becoming better without giving her redemption. I think it was really well done. I loved Katra and Adora's reactions, and I love it. And if you think that that was supposed to be her redemption, I think you misunderstood it, or maybe I did, so fix me if I'm wrong. It was a good thing to do, and Shadow Weaver was a good character. A bad person, but a really good character. This is the end of all my unpopular opinions. Feel free to write in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Why do you disagree with me? Let's talk. I'd love to hear your opinion. And if you enjoyed hearing me ramble, please, please, please leave a like in this video and comment. Help me get a good reach. And if you want to see more content, consider subscribing to our channel.